Hello, my name is Heather. Welcome to your goddess practice. The series that we're going to work with today is calling on 4 different deities of Shakti. We're going to work with Dhumavati, Saraswati, Durga, and Lakshmi. And although we could hone in and really get familiar with one particular goddess, the intention of a practice like this is to really experience the contrasting energies that just come together and form into one essence. There's 2 ways that you can play with this type of practice. The first is that when we're exploring the creation of the deity, you can hone in towards yourself and find the place where it resides, and then call upon it to come into the entire body and the physicality of yourself. The second way that you can play with a practice like this is to, if we're working with a deity that feels perhaps a little foreign or unfamiliar, then you can go externally and draw the essence of that deity, just call it in towards yourself, ask it to fulfill you and teach you and show you its beauty and its radiance. So feel free throughout the duration to play with either internally or externally experiencing these deities. Okay, let's close our eyes. Sit tall and breathe deep. The feminine essence from where all of these deities derive is Shakti, so it is with Shakti where we will begin. Take the awareness deep, deep into the body, into the pelvic floor. Start to create an awareness, a tethering of a downward energy from the pelvic floor. And then recognize that Shakti is the creator of the delusion, of the separation. So it is only through she that we can unbind ourselves from those chains. And although we can understand that intellectually, it is only through the experience of experiencing that liberation that we truly understand the power of this energy. From this deep, deep resonance within, start to breathe and draw the breath as well as the spirit up through the body. And so Shakti, for all of her creation, all of her beauty, all of her manifestation, she is wanting to rise, to transform and transcend and meet her consort Shiva. And in marriage and in union, Shiva is yearning to transform and come down and join with his consort Shakti. And for the last 3 breaths, just visualize this embrace, this intertwining, this union that is just pregnant with potential. Guide your hands in front of the heart. Take a clearing breath in and out. Feel free to join me in an Om. Deep breath in. Om. gently release the hands, come onto all fours, and we'll begin with Dhumavati. So taking yourself into Balasana. So the hands are going to stretch out in front. The forehead is going to ground down in towards the earth. The knees are wide and just giving space for the belly to relax and descend down. Dhumavati is the goddess. She's referred to as the smoky goddess, the goddess of the void. She leads us into the darkness so that we can learn. So take a few quieting breaths and just allow the entrapment of the body, the cocooning of the darkness, to be a space of refuge, of support, and not something that should be feared. With your next in-breath, draw up onto all fours, and as you exhale, lay back into down dog. Creating some movement here, just wakening up the body, so pedaling the feet if that feels appropriate, swaying the hips if that feels what your body needs. On the material plane, Dhumavati resides in the barren spaces, so the deserts, the wastelands, the garbage dumps, those places where we think that beauty no longer exists. Take the right leg, lift it high. As you exhale, just open up the hip here. And then redirect the shoulders to square and anchor the left heel to the earth. In the physical body, Dhumavati resides in the attics and the basements, where we hold tension, where we store emotional memory. Very common in our existence to hold tension in the hips, to hold tension in the shoulders, so we're going to open up a little bit here with those regions. Next exhale, take this knee, place it to the outside edge of the right palm. Keep the back foot curled underneath, and now draw the front hip back and the back hip forward. So just creak a little bit further into the pockets of the hip and the glutes. And then fingertips are going to be on the mat. Lift and lengthen the heart, and just pause and hold here. Ground down through the lower back. Pull or draw in through the low rib cage, and then allow the heart to swell. Let the gaze lift. Breathe here. And so the energy of Dhumavati encourages us to draw in when everything is asking us to draw out. Exhale and slowly gravitate all the way down. Keep anchoring that front hip back. So if you want, even 2 fingers into the hip crease, and just gently drag the flesh back to give a little more of an opening as you lay yourself down at your own feet. Breathe. If a little bit of movement is supportive in your body, then feel free to shift the hips a little bit from side to side. Take a final full and complete deep breath here. And then as you breathe in, draw the musculature to support the body, the architecture to support the body. Curl the toe, lift that back knee, come right back into a one-legged down dog. And then if you choose one-legged chaturanga, match the feet, rise up. Exhale and come all the way back. And again, just explore the attics and the recesses of the body. Where is there a basement? How can I go in with the breath? Shine some light into that darkness. And recognize that all is well. Transfer to the left side, breathe in, lift the left leg high, bend the knee, draw the heel to the glute. Notice how the shoulders want to open, so redirect them to square, and then anchor the right heel down. Take a full breath in and out. Give time and space for the energy of this deity to work its way into your body. Within our psyche, Dhumavati is the spaces or the conversations that we choose to avoid, whether it's talking about aging or the homeless or things that aren't pretty to think about. Exhale, pull the knee through, transfer the left knee to the outside edge of the left hand. Keep the back foot curled under and now redirect. So draw left hip back, right hip forward, and now plug in through the front body to back body and swell through the heart. Lift through crown chakra. Breathe here. Dhumavati asks the question, can we find that yogic groove when all else has fallen away? Slowly exhale, start to surrender into that void. Take the fingertips of the left hip and draw the flesh back a little bit more if that's supportive, and then gently guide the forehead down. Breathe here. Keep the musculature tracking towards each other. Continue to draw the hips into a squaring position. And then deep breaths into the tension. So it's though the breath is scooping into those spaces. And as you exhale, you're lifting and releasing that tension out from the body. With the grace of Dhumavati, we can mine the exquisite wisdom of life's disappointments. Hands to the earth, slowly draw the body up. Keep the back foot curled under, lift the knee, sweep into one-legged down dog again. Transfer this to a one-legged chaturanga. And then breathe in and rise up. Exhale, wave the body back. Reminding yourself that all of these deities work from the power and the grace of love. And usually it's upon reflection of dark moments in our life where we can really start to see the beauty and the grace of that experience. Transfer the knees to the earth, guide the forehead to the earth. Take 3 final deep breaths here. Gently blessing, thanking, and releasing the energy of Dhumavati. As you breathe in, rise up onto all fours. As you exhale, come back into down dog. Transferring into Saraswati, walk the feet towards the hands, come into Uttanasana. And when you're in Uttanasana, just start to sway a little bit from side to side. Breathe comfortably. Saraswati is the power of passion, but it's an impersonal passion. Root down to the feet, lengthen the spine, come all the way up to your standing height. Take the palms and direct them right through to the heart. And then reside the hands right over the hips and the low belly. Come into this source of creative energy. Breathe deep. And so we'll begin by just moving into Surya Namaskar A. So the movement's familiar, but it just gets the body flowing because she is the goddess of flow, whether that's through language or sound or music or creation. And so we play here. We breathe in, reach up, take the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Just celebrate the experience of being in your body. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hop or step back. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down dog. So again, move spontaneously. It's a really, really dynamic and creative energy on the material plane. Saraswati shows up in our rivers and our oceans, the sacred waters of the womb, the creeks, the deep, deep wells of the earth. And then from here, take the knees, bend the knees, drop them to the left and take your hips over to the right. Inhale, come center, knees to the right and hips to the left. So you're creating this little pulse, this almost heartbeat of fluidity within the body. Allow yourself to be rhythmic. Come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, take the gaze forward, hop or step the feet up. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Exhale, pour yourself down. Inhale, journey back to a standing height. Exhale, let this repeat. So really getting out of the head and into the body. Just experience the celebration of play. When we find that creative energy, inhale, lift up. It's as though time stops. Exhale, hop or step back. Lower chaturanga. Rise up. Exhale, wave the body back. So how does your body want to move? What is the calling from within? Or what can we channel from the outside and pour into us? So it's lovely to be guided through a practice, but there is so much that we can learn by just trusting the instincts and the intuition of our own guru to guide us through and to take us on a journey. On the physical plane, Saraswati, she resides in that little pause before sound that arises from within. She's this impulse to create. Gaze looks forward, hop or step the feet up. She gives birth to the creative possibilities within us. Lengthen the spine, come all the way up to standing height. Exhale, take the palms right through to the heart. Last time here, breathe in, direct yourself up. Exhale, play with the pendulum, lower all the way down. Offer heart, offer soul, offer spirit, and then hop or step the feet back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wave back. Keep gently moving the body. See if the head and the neck need to release. So shaking the head yes, or shaking the head no. And now from here, take the left foot turning out, take the right foot, step through, Vira 1. Breathe in, take the body tall. Find that stability and that strength, so root down through the feet, track the front leg into a lunge, and then gently encourage that knee to play open. Back foot is rooted down, arms are going to come up and overhead. So we're going to stay with the dynamic movement of Saraswati. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, lay yourself back. Inhale, come forward, back of the hands sweep through and bow. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale and wave back. And so keep flowing in this manner. The source of inspiration is always around us. We just need to call it in, to invoke it and to invite it into our presence. Take one more full breath here. Next time the hands come down, frame the foot, come into your plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wave the body back. And now right foot turns out and left foot steps through. Breathe in, Vira 1, track the body up, find that stability, find that little bit of Shiva, that little bit of anchoring, stillness. And then from here, have that platform, and then launch the body back, let the body drift. Inhale, come center, back of the hands through and bow. When we start to play with the energy of Saraswati, we begin to understand that the entire universe dwells within us. Take 2 more full breaths here, full pulses. And now inhale, come center, exhale, frame the foot with the hands, step back into plank, find that chaturanga, breathe in, rise up, exhale, wave the body back. And so from here, again, come into the energy of Saraswati. It's time to release, so take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bless and thank and let go. Take the gaze between the hands, deep bend in the knees, hop or step the feet up. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Exhale, full surrender. Root through the feet, lengthen the spine, come to your standing height. Exhale and bring the hands to the heart. Close the eyes here, just breathe. The next deity that we're going to call upon is Durga, and Durga is this inner strength. So physically in the body, she resides within the solar plexus. She's our power of will and determination. Shift the weight into your left foot. We're going to start with Garudasana, eagle pose. Take the right leg and come across. So take the leg wide so that you can wrap from the upper thighs, and then hook the toes around the left shin or calf. And if it doesn't come that far, that's fine. Redirect the body to square towards the top of your mat. Sit deep. And now take the right arm underneath the left. Let the palms unite and lift the arms up. Exhale and sink down. Breathe here. So just like the energy of an eagle, Durga calls us to be steady, to hone into our anchor, to come into your own abode, and to just be firm and steady. She's a powerful force. Softly release the arms, track them onto the hips, step the right foot back, and come into a lunge. From here, keep that deep bend, draw the arms up and overhead. Make fists with the hands, and as you exhale, you're going to pull the elbows in and use an Ujjayi breath here. So inhale, draw up. Exhale. Breathe in. So you can feel how there's sort of this internal containment, this internal muscular contraction that you're using to create a bit of a fire within the body. And then that heat is what fuels us to do what we need to do. Take 2 more breaths. And now inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands frame the foot, come into plank and hold. When you come into plank, take the shoulders, stack them over the wrists, inner thighs hug in, level out the core, and draw the upper body back. Stay steady, stay in that commitment. On the material plane, Durga is the powers within the wind, the ocean, and the earth. Call upon that to come into your body. Breathe here. Exhale, slowly lower chaturanga. Breathe in, come right back up to high plank. Exhale, down dog. Gaze is going to look forward. Hop or step your feet up. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Root through the feet, lengthen the spine, come all the way up to standing height. Exhale, take that power from the external atmosphere and draw it into your own body, but bring it right into solar plexus. So pass through heart and come right into the space between xiphoid and navel. Shift the weight now into the right leg. Come into Garandasana, opposite side. So wrap deep. Take the toes, hook onto the calf muscle, and then if you sit the hips down and square them, you'll get more steadiness through the body. Left arm is going to come underneath the right. Let the palms connect. Lift and lengthen. Draw into alignment, so lengthen the spine. Root the kidneys down. Breathe here. So this external body is holding and maintaining all of this power that we're building in the internal body. And then we use that for drive and ignition when we need to work through. Gradually unwrap, step all the way back, come into a lunge. Inhale, draw the arms up, step into your lunge position. So Durga on the psychic level or on the psyche level is just that no-nonsense ability to just pull up your socks when you need to. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, pull the elbows through and hug into midline. Inhale, rise. Keep the eyes steady, keep the drishti strong, keep the breath powerful. Feel as though the exhales is lifting the feet off the ground, and then you anchor them right back down. 4 more breaths. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, frame the foot with the hands. Come into plank. Once again, almost through here. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Hug the inner thighs. Lift front body to back body. And level out the head. So Durga is a really powerful force, but she can hide and she needs to be called upon. She needs to be invoked. Use her during times of crisis. Use her when you need some more strength. She's this beautiful force that rallies people together for a cause. She defends the vulnerable. She's sort of this inner revolution. Exhale, chaturanga. Use your power, press right back up, and come into down dog. Last element here, we're going to stay with Durga just a few moments longer. So come into side plank, transition the body over to the left. So from down dog, you don't have to move the body. You just roll to the outside edge of the left foot, keep the left hand stacked, and now right foot on top of left. Right arm reaches up. See if the head can find its alignment with the spine. Stay here, lift the underbody. See if the top leg wants to play. See if it wants to come up. Exhale, release. Stay within the power of the solar plexus. Come right back into plank. And then roll right onto the right side. Take the arm up. Take the head back. And then if you want to come deeper, lift the top leg. Come into the qualities of your highest self, your generosity, your humility, your capacity for patience, that fearlessness, that vigor and compassion. Breathe. Exhale, release. Durga, she is the invincible force. Take a final child's pose here. Forehead to the earth. And again, bless Durga. Thank her. Send her your grace and your energy and your love. And then let her go. And then we totally contrast here. We come into the abundance and the beauty of Lakshmi. Let the arms reach out. Just take the hips a little bit higher, fingertips to the mat, and slowly level or lower the hips towards the heels. So a little traction underneath the arms. Even wing the elbows out just ever so slightly. Just shift that lengthening underneath the arms. And now come into Anahatasana. So you're going to walk the hands out. Stay high on the hips here. So you're going to take the femurs and let them direct directly down from the hips. And then slowly lower the chest, the upper back, the heart down towards the floor, towards the earth. Inhale, slowly rise up, walk the hands in. Taking the knees wide, let the soles of the feet come towards each other. Hands are going to walk out. Take an inhale here. Let the soles of the feet journey towards the glutes, and then thread the heart through the shoulders. Lift the gaze and breathe. So on the material plane, Lakshmi shows up where there's abundance. Lush forests, growing gardens, places where the flowers bloom. She's very magnetic. Inhale, lift up, so pull Uddiyana Bandha in. Walk the hands back behind you. Fingertips face in towards the body. Breathe in, lift and lengthen, and as you exhale, even out the mouth, lay the head back. Stay here, breathe. The energy of Lakshmi certainly is alive in this beautiful place called Fernie. Come forward, we're going to pulse. Breathe in, exhale, breathe out. So now we're moving from one position to the opposite. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, come back, breathe in, rise up. Exhale, lay back out the mouth. So as you pulse, Lakshmi in the physical body is that place where we feel our vigor, our well-being, our health, and our radiance. So just as I said at the beginning of the practice, if you're not feeling that in your existence right now, then call it in from the external. If you are feeling vivacious, if you are feeling very alive, then just let that swarm and swell throughout the body. Breathe steady. Moving through 2 more full rounds. Slowly lowering down, gather the knees in towards your body. Pause here in Vajrasana. So sitting on the heels, lengthen the spine, stack the head, and just breathe into the heart. Take your fingertips right onto the collarbone, so where that little notch is on the collarbone. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, just sweep the fingertips across, broaden across the collarbones. And then as you exhale, release the fingertips out. Deep remembrance, the arms are an extension of the heart, so as you next exhale, gather the palms in towards the heart. And then as you breathe in, gently draw the palms apart. Come into the expansiveness of Lakshmi, how she can radiate and spread that abundance and good fortune throughout your community, your families, your homes. But then also feel the ability of her containment, how she can fill you up. She can replenish and renew. And bring us back from where we started. Take 2 more pulses. Breathe in. Exhale, softening and breathing out. Next time the palms journey into the heart, just pause. Gently making your way onto your back, so slip the body onto one side. Lower down gently onto the back. Extend the legs out for a moment. Take a deep breath in and out. Setu Bandha with grace and harmony and loving kindness towards yourself. Bend the knees. Let the feet come firmly onto the earth. Allow the fingertips to reach the heels, and if they don't touch, that's fine, just as close as you can gather. Spread the toes out just a little bit, and then hug the inner thighs in. They don't touch, but energetically they draw in. Little tilt through the pelvis, root down through the feet, and start to lift into Setu Bandha. Take the weight into the shoulders. Firm down through the feet. Breathe here. Interlace the fingers, lengthen the elbows, walk the shoulders underneath. So not hiking the shoulders towards the ears, but gathering them in closer together. And now firm through the left foot. Take the right knee, gather in towards the chest, and as you exhale, extend the leg up. Point or flex the foot, whatever feels better in your body. Slowly exhale, lower the leg down. Don't touch the ground, and then breathe in and come up. Lengthen the leg up, return it to its position, readjust the hips if they dropped at all. Put weight a little bit more into the shoulders, root into the right pad of the foot, inner edge of the foot as well, and then hug left knee in. Lengthen leg up. Exhale and lower. Lower the left leg down, heighten the hips and shoulders, release the hands, and reverse the withdrawal. So ground down through shoulder blades, ground down through low back, come all the way to the earth. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Breathe. So yogi or yogini's choice, you can play with a second Setu Bandha or come along with me into full chakrasana. Feet line up the same as they did earlier, so heels and fingertips touch if they can. Little arc in the low back. So this is a real deep back bend. Setu Bandha is a smaller back bend, gets us into the presence of that heart space of Lakshmi, but then this opens up even more. So if the energy of Shakti was stirred and supportive in Setu Bandha, then stay there. If you haven't blown out too much through the Shakti, then come into Chakrasana. Inhale, arms come up. Bring the palms to the mat. Root down through the feet, peel up just like you do for Setu Bandha, and then just come right onto the top of the head here, lift up. And when you come onto the top of the head, hug the elbows in, track the shoulders into their sockets, and now straight up from here. See if the inner thighs can hug in a little bit more. That takes the pressure off the mid-back. Root through the feet. See if the pads of the feet can slip the chest through the shoulders. Slowly draw the body down. Come onto the back. And again, hug knees to chest or just pause. And you can even take knees mat width apart and feet mat width apart. And then knock the knees in towards each other, let them touch. Keep the presence in the heart space. Breathe. So the physical body and the emotional body, they interplay really well. So if we are finding emotional opening challenging, work with physically opening the chest. If the physical opening is challenging, then work with relationships. How can you open up with relationships and emotionally through that center? Second time through, if you're coming with me, heel toe the feet back into hip distance, line up the heels and the fingertips. Create that little tilt. Draw the arms up, fingertips to the earth, palms to the earth. See the elbows in your periphery, and then guide yourself up. Pop to the top of the head. Pause, elbows in. Bring the shoulders into their sockets, and then straight up from here. Breathe into the heart space. Keep the inner thighs tracking in. Keep the elbows tracking in. Breathe. Exhale, slowly tuck. Gingerly release. Come all the way down onto the back. Take a deep morning stretch, so point the fingers. Point the toes and then interlace the fingers, reach the palms, reach the toes. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Notice if there is a final finishing posture that you need to do. Otherwise, making your way into Shavasana. Okay, I'm going to sit up and guide you through a final relaxation here. Come into a position on the back that gives you some space, some comfort, and the ability to relax. Stay in the presence of Lakshmi just for a moment here. Take your awareness all the way down into your feet. Breathing in a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for the feet. They carry us throughout this world. They walk us towards our loved ones. They rescue us in the face of danger. They carry the pressure and the hardness of the world, and they can also sense the softness and the tenderness. Take the mind's eye and transfer up into the legs. Taking in a deep appreciation and a sense of gratitude for the legs. They rise us up. They help us to stand tall. They carry with them a strength and a power that we can amplify with endurance. Transfer your awareness into the hips, the glutes, the low back. Breathe in a deep appreciation and gratitude for this area within our body, granting us the fortitude to sit and anchor down, giving us the creative movement to flow and dance and celebrate the joyousness of life. The ability to experience creative energy, passion, and the drawing of life into this world. Taking the mind's eye into the area of the belly, the torso, so the solar plexus. Breathing in a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation. This is where we assimilate our food. We derive our energy. We gather our center and we express it to the world. There's so much that goes on here just behind the scenes of our daily lives. Breathe into the back body here. Feel the gift of the adrenals to charge us into action, to soften us into rest. Take the mind's eye into the heart, into the chest. How the rib cage wraps from the back of the spine and hugs right through to the front, caging and protecting all of our vital organs, the heart, the emotional memory and imprint that the heart has, the ability to give energy and rest all in one moment so that it never tires. Exhale and breathe into those tendrils of the arms, which are extensions of our heart. that reach into the hands where we express our love through touch. We calm with a soft imprint on another's back. We lift up our children. These hands which do so much work with tenderness and love and force and rigor. The ability to wrench and work, but then cradle and hold. Take the mind's eye to the throat and the neck. Take a deep breath of gratitude and appreciation for this pillar which holds the mind on a pedestal, where we express our internal world through song, through voice, so that we can share ourselves with those around us. And now take a deep breath and draw into the senses of the face, the eyes which take in all the color, all the life, all the beauty, all the darkness, the fighting and the love. They take it all in. And it's only the mind that begins to censor and discern. But the eyes, they are a lens which is pure. How the senses of the nose can wake us up. It can stir a hunger. It can shift a mood just by certain scents and smells. And then we come into the presence of hearing. If you have the ability to be in nature and just sit and listen, or being in the presence of laughter, listening to the pain and suffering so that we can find the empathy within us. And then we take all of that energy, we recognize that this energy of Lakshmi cannot be contained by her alone. It is everywhere. So breathe and release through the crown of the head. Come right into stillness. Gradually lengthening your breath. Keep the body still. Try not to move. Just let the breath be a little bit deeper and notice how that just sort of brings you to the surface. Sally Kempton is the inspiration for this practice, and so it is her that I read from to close. Without recognizing that the goddess is in everything, we will tend to get trapped in one side or another of the spirit-matter duality. Either we favor spirit at the expense of the physical world, or we get caught up in the struggles and the satisfactions of daily life without recognizing them as an expression of spirit. To wake up to reality is the gift of the goddess. When we begin to contemplate the goddess and invoke her through meditation, visualization, and prayer, what we are really asking is that she awaken to us, to our own blazing beauty and wisdom, which is also her beauty and the beauty of the world itself. Come back into the body by softly moving fingertips and toes, and then extend from there. Soften the knees and roll the body onto the right side, and by doing this we keep the heart open. We remind ourselves that this practice does not leave when we roll up our mat. And then when you're ready, come to a seated position. Take the eyes and close them or half gaze. Bring the palms to the heart. Take a deep, deep breath of that manifestation of Shakti, her radiance, her grace, her beauty, her uncensoredship. And it is to her that we Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Namaste.